Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Screenland. We are back. We have a guest this week because there has been a brief respite in the building site that is my house, and Zara Hedderman, the great writer, music journalist, lover of all things Nancy Myers and Diane Keaton, which you wouldn't think about, but there's a whole story. Well, there's no real story. What's going on with my chair? Oh, God. Okay, here we go. So, regular listeners will know that I was at a screening of The Smashing Machine a few weeks back and booked in two guests. One was Zara Hedderman, the other is Andy McCarroll. Andy McCarroll, fuck, I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get him over now. Oh, shit. Okay. Andy, if you're listening, I will text you and we will sort out a date. Dee Malumbi is up next as well. I have to sort out a date with her. My life is in chaos at the minute, basically, because of this fucking bathroom. Jesus Christ. Folks, if you're listening to this, little pro tip, okay, from your old pal, all right? If you're getting anything done, to the house and you live there, leave. Just leave. Like, figure out a way of doing this when you're not there and, you know, like, take a holiday, stay at a friend's house, do something other than be Eddie. Yes, I know, buddy. Do anything other than being in the house while they're doing it, because it's not worth it. Take it from me. I'm living it right now. My God. Okay, I'm going to shut up complaining about the bathroom. It's going well, though. It looks very well. It's nearly done. They have to put in the sink and the cabinet, and then they have to put in the mirror, and then they have to put in the light, and then they have to fit something else, which, you know, I haven't been tested for ADHD, and I'm not belittling it, but I feel like if I was tested for it, I'd fucking ace that test, because the plumber dude was there, and he was explaining it to me what was up, and I swear to God, for about like, I was like nodding along. I was like, oh, yeah. I hadn't a fucking breeze what he was saying to me. Did not have a... And it looked fairly simple. Like, it was like the tiles or something, they fitted the wrong thing and they had to break the tiles to get in at it or something. And he was explaining, well... And I was kind of like, oh, well, couldn't we just get like a... something to fit over? And he was like, no, we can't do that because da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, okay, cool. Great, thank you. Yeah, sure. Yeah, go with that. So, like, not having a fucking clue what was going on. Like, not a clue. Okay, I'll shut up about the bathroom now. Zara Hedderman is our guest this week. She has picked Something's Gotta Give. The story, as I was saying, Jesus, I so have ADHD. I know I have it. She had picked, at the time, Something's Gotta Give at this screening a few weeks back. And then, of course, as we know, Diane Keaton passed away over the weekend. So it was like, oh, shit, we absolutely have to record this now because, you know, she's passed, and I rewatched it, and yeah, you'll hear the whole. It was a big long chat with Zara. She was great. Her Substack is called The Bad Arts. You should check that out. And yeah, it was a great chat. Big, nice, juicy chat. Loads of in it. Turns out Zara and a lot of women find Jack Nicholson of any era very attractive. And, you know, you would think with the receding hairline and the eyebrows, but who knows? Anyways, right, let's get into it. So many movies out this week. I'm going to speed through two shit ones, talk about one good one, talk about one really good one, and yeah, so there's like 5 out, and there's one I'm going to mention that I haven't seen, but I hear good things. It's Jerry Adams, a Ballymurphy man. It's a documentary about his life and times. I hear good things. I didn't get to see it, but I hear good things. Let's start off with After the Hunt. This is Luca Guadagnino. This is Julia Roberts, Ayo Edebiri, my man Michael Stuhlbarg, my close personal friend Michael Stuhlbarg. I've never met him, but I feel like if me and him met, I feel like we'd get on. Do you ever feel that about some famous people? You're like, I bet I'd get on with him. And not in a sort of like, I feel like he'd be alright. I feel like he'd be cool, you know, that kind of way. And Andrew Garfield is in there as well. I feel like he'd be a bit too serious. I think he takes himself very seriously. I'm projecting now. I'm completely projecting. I'm basing that on nothing other than, you know, 5-minute interview clips that I see on TikTok and Instagram every now and then. So what's going on in this? Julia Roberts is a assistant professor of philosophy in Yale. Andrew Garfield is a fellow assistant professor of philosophy. Ayo Edebiri plays this TA, which I believe is a tutor's assistant. She's a PhD candidate. Her parents are also fabulously rich and have bought loads of endowments for the college and all the rest of it. One night at a party, and this is the opening scene of the film, Ayo Edebiri and Andrew Garfield leave Julia Roberts' party with Michael Stuhlbarg, who's her husband. They're going home, and that's a lot of bikes, Eddie. Yes, sorry, just like about 10 people went by on bikes, and Eddie was mystified. So, Ayo Edebiri and Andrew Garfield leave the party, and the next day, Ayo Edebiri accuses Andrew Garfield's character of raping her. And it then turns into a whole thing of she didn't go to the doctor to do the rape kit thing. She didn't, the last thing that Julia Roberts and Andrew Garfield, the last thing that Julia Roberts saw was Ayo Edebiri and Andrew Garfield leave together willingly. And the nearest thing I could compare this to is Tar. Cate Blanchett's Tar. Except Tar is a million times better than this. This is you're showing me the same idea and you're showing me the stupidest version of this idea. Which is, and you would not use the word stupid with Luca Guadagnino, that sort of way. He's a very smart director. And, the film does kind of, for the most part, it goes through the beats that you'd expect. Julia Roberts' character has a bit of a murky history, and it probably ties into what's happening here, and it's repeating itself. And, Andrew Garfield's character is very loche, and he's got the shirt open, and he's very over-familiar with women, you see in the first kind of 5 minutes of it, and then the immediate backlash of him getting fired, and just, it's very obvious, that sort of way. It's very, very obvious. It's not really saying much of anything other than, Ayo Edebiri's character comes from wealth and comes from privilege. And she's like, I'm not sure if I want to be a career academic. And Julia Roberts and Michael Stuhlbarg and Andrew Garfield are career academics. And, they live quite a very, I don't think I'm an upper middle class existence, that sort of way. So it's very much... their lives depend on this, whereas for Ayo Edebiri, this is sort of, almost an intellectual exercise. And again, Tar did that and did it well, and did it very, very well. So it's it's like I'm saying, you're showing me the same idea again, but you're showing me the stupidest execution of the stupidest version of the idea. The only way it kind of I would say pings back a little bit is that the final 5 minutes of it jumps forward to present day, and it's sort of there's a little scene where it's the end of cancel culture, because cancel culture, my own personal opinion on this, cancel culture was because it's over now, was a load of bullshit, right? And I mean that in the sense of it never really existed in the first place. What it was what you saw happening was a lot of people were facing accountability for the first time in their lives and couldn't handle it. So look at fucking Chris Brown. Chris Brown is still fucking touring around the place, and he beat the shit out of Rihanna, and there is documentary evidence to prove what he did, right? Look at Louis C.K. Louis C.K. was fucking booked for the Riyadh Comedy Festival, was paid a fucking small fortune to do it. Do you think he's cancelled? No, of course he's still going. So where is this whole thing of these people are cancelled? Kevin Spacey, right? I'm sure if Kevin Spacey wasn't such an asshole to work with prior to all of this, he'd probably be getting work again, right? But he was such an asshole to work with. People had such bad vibes around him. even before all the stuff came out about him, that everyone was like, you know what, actually, we don't really need to work with him. Like, we're good. We're good for Kevin Spacey, generally. And now he's off doing, like, lecture series in, like, fucking Azerbaijan or Armenia or something like that. So, again, he's doing fine. You know what I mean? These people are doing fine. Cancel culture never really existed. It was just a fucking right-wing talking point that had no basis in reality. I'm sorry to fucking say, okay? And the film, for the last 5 minutes, kind of delves into that a little bit. And that's honestly the most interesting part of this film, is the last 5 minutes of it. But it is not worth it, I swear to God. It is not worth sitting through that just to get to those last 5 minutes. It's not. Yes, Julia Roberts is very good. Yes, she's able to play dark and twisted and sinister and, you know, pained very well. And Andrew Garfield can play, you know, a walled-in, a sort of a caged, you know, a cornered rat very, very well. Cornered rat by summer. Cornered rat by autumn, let's call it. Ayo Edebiri, I think, was the weak link, right? And I'm certain she can do a good dramatic role. In fact, I know she can, because I saw Opus, and Opus was not good, but she was good in it. And she was very good as, like, a horror protagonist, you know, that sort of way. Very, very good at, like, I'd nearly say she'd be deadly. I'd nearly say she'd be brilliant in, like, an action movie, believe it or believe it not. I almost kind of think if she was to do, like, a big dumb action movie, like an action comedy, like her and John Cena or something, I think could be great. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Anyways, it's bad. After the Hunt, bad. Bad, bad, bad. Do not go see it. Another one that I'm going to speed through very quickly. The Black Phone 2. This is the follow-up to the first one that was out in 2021. It did very, very well. It was directed by Scott Derrickson and written by C. Robert Cargill. It was based on the Joe Hill short story. The big selling point for this was that Ethan Hawke was playing a horror antagonist called the Grabber, who would grab kids and kill them. And there was a whole time travel thing with a black phone that, like, they were able to ring into the future to warn people and stuff. And Mason Thames was one of the kids in it, and he was in the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon. This is set a few years later. The kids are now slightly grown up. They find out about a summer camp, or not a summer camp, a winter camp that their mother worked in. And they go there, and it turns out that the Grabber had some sort of connection to it. You don't see Ethan Hawke in this. In fact, I would put money that Ethan Hawke went into a recording studio and did all his lines and never had to be on set once for this movie. And they did like a Pedro Pascal and The Mandalorian. Like, he was never actually there. It was just him doing the lines. I didn't like this. I just didn't like this at all. Much like After the Hunt, you've seen this thing done before and you've seen it done better. So, like, you know, obviously the camp that evokes Friday the 13th, the fact that it's set in the dream world and that the Grabber is still able to kill people in their dreams, well, obviously that's a Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, there is some kind of interesting ideas about generational trauma and the idea of, you know, the only way to the only way to defeat trauma is to confront it, because by not confronting it, you continue to give it power. But I mean, again, that's that's a common idea in horror, and yes, it's been done before, but again, this is kind of the stupidest idea, or the stupidest version of the idea. And I hate to say it, but the kid actors weren't good. You know, Mason Thames was not a good actor, and neither was Madeline McGraw, I think was her name. So yeah, give this a miss, I think, unless you're really into horror. And even then, I mean, you know, I would go see, maybe Weapons is still on in cinemas, I'm not too sure. But yeah, no, I would give this a miss. I would give this a miss. It's just, it didn't really do anything for me at all. Okay, good movies. Two I've got. One is Good Fortune. Now, Aziz Ansari is in the news because obviously he went off and did, again, talking about the Riyadh Comedy Festival, he went off and did it. He tried to donate the money, the fee that he got, to a foundation that works on journalistic ethics, and they were like, "No, buddy, you took blood money, and we're not taking blood money, so goodbye." And it's interesting that, you know, this film has a lot going on about class, has a lot going on about the sort of the gig economy in Los Angeles, and really how the fact that, like, you know, so the whole conceit of the film, it's very like Trading Places meets Being There meets Scrooge. So Aziz Ansari is this editor of documentaries. He's living out of his car. He's fallen on hard times. He's working in the gig economy. So he's doing deliveries. He's doing kind of random odd jobs around the house of Seth Rogen, who is this wealthy multi-millionaire, lives in a massive house and just lives a life of complete ease. Aziz Ansari is about to hit rock bottom when Keanu Reeves, who plays this guardian angel, who up until now has been involved with basically stopping people from texting and driving and having a crash. He like touch their shoulder and they'll look up at the last minute to stop. He feels that he's not really got much going on and that he wants to do more, so he decides to get involved here. And what he does is he reveals himself to Aziz, and he's all like, "Look, you know, you think your life would be better with money. It won't be. I'm going to show you how." And he swaps their lives. And immediately, Aziz Ansari's life is much better. And, you know, that's pretty powerful. I mean, that's pretty powerful in the sense of, like, you know, Aziz Ansari's character is like, yeah, my life is so much more easier now. And that's really what the film is about, is this idea that, like, rich people, they don't know how easy they've got it. They really do have a very easy life because they don't know how the rest of us struggle. I mean, there's even a subplot with Kiki Palmer's character trying to unionize the Home Depot or whatever it is that Aziz Ansari's character works in. And again, it talks about this idea of community and the idea that the only way, you know, a rising tide will lift all boats. And if we can get some sort of, financial equality going on, you know, because all these billionaires have all the money, a lot of people don't have money. So maybe if these billionaires didn't have so much money, maybe things would be a bit more even and good for everybody. Who knows? But that's not very revelatory, you know. That's not the real. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. That's not really that. You know, that's not that much of a big deal, you know, or not a big deal, but I mean, it's not this profound idea. Okay, sure, it's being packaged into a very entertaining, accessible movie. I have to mention, right, Keanu Reeves as a well-meaning, well-intentioned but slightly dumb angel. Not only is that some of the best casting I think I've seen in the last 5 years, it's also a microcosm of the movie itself, because it's very well intentioned. I think it's made with a good spirit, but it's kind of dumb, and it's a bit like, yeah, and bit obvious here, and like, aren't you kind of talking out of both sides of your face there, Aziz, when you're like, you know, doing this movie and talking about, you know, the dangers of easy wealth, and then you're going off to Riyadh to do fucking comedy. And like, I mean, he's been on the promotional tour for this film. I think he was on Good Hang with Amy Poehler, and I think he did Late Night with Seth Meyers, and he's addressed it. But it's fairly, you know, it's a little bit tepid. I do think these people deserve to be dragged for this. Like, I do think, you know, Bill Burr needs to fucking go away and have a good look at himself. And I love Bill Burr. And I think it was Mike Rice said this. He's like, I can't, and the guy from the Guide to Parenting podcast, the Irish comedian, you know who he is. And he said that I can't listen to Bill Burr anymore because he spent the last year shiting on about how bad billionaires are and how, you know, they should be fucking guillotined, drag them out into the street, you know, their money is all bad. And then yet he goes and does the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Like, what the hell? Like, you know, what the fuck? Like, what's that like? I agree entirely. It's complete bullshit. But the movie is good. Good Fortune is good. I enjoyed it. Don't know if I'd be rushing out to a cinema for it, but definitely enjoyed it. One film that I would be rushing out to a cinema to see that I really enjoyed, that not a lot of people did enjoy, but I enjoyed it, is Ballad of a Small Player. This is the new Colin Farrell film. It's directed by Edward Berger. He has previously done Conclave. He also did All Quiet on the Western Front. This is based on a novel of the same name by, I forget the author's name, but it was a very well received book. What's going on in this is that Colin Farrell is this down on his luck gambler who sounds like a fast show character, specifically Paul Whitehouse's The 13th Duke of Winburn. Yeah, me with my reputation. He's in Macau, down on his luck. He had previously embezzled a shit ton of money from a wealthy old woman. Tilda Swinton is his private investigator that's hot on his heels. Fala Chen, who's this great Chinese-American actor. She is kind of like a loan shark in one of the casinos. Fala Chen and Colin Farrell strike up this relationship while Colin Farrell is trying to kind of, navigate his way out of the hole that he's in. And it looks gorgeous. I mean, Macau looks as chintzy and as opulent and disgustingly garish, and it looks great on a big screen. It looks fantastic on a big screen. And the orchestral score that they do in this, Volker Bertelmann, who is like Berger's worked with him on all of his films, well, since All Quiet on the Western Front. Gorgeous music. I love this. I really, really enjoy this. I think Colin Farrell, I've said this before, and it's almost a cliche to say it now, but he is not a leading man. He is a character actor trapped inside the body of a leading man. But when he does have to play a leading man, his best performances are when he is playing a total fucking loser. Now, you're going to say, hey Brian, I heard your review of A Big Bold Beautiful Journey. Wasn't he playing a loser in that? How come you didn't like him in that? Well, listener, I'll explain. Phone Booth, right? Phone Booth was the film that put him on the map. You might say Tigerland. I would say Phone Booth. That was the one that everyone saw. And he's playing this like overly confident PR person schmoozer who is reduced to a fucking blubbering mess. Who's reduced to the loser that he actually is. This is like Phone Booth sped up. When we see Lord Doyle, Colin Farrell's character, he's already fucked. Like, he's already, like, you can see the white in his eyes. He is panicking, even though he's got these big garish suits on. He wears these, like, yellow leather gloves. He plays Baccarat, which is not a very skill-based game at all. It's really a game of luck. And, he is terrified. But he presents this aura of, I've just got to lock in here. Or I'm not even lock in. He's just like, no, it's all going to work out. I will contact my banker in the morning and I'll have you paid. And all the rest of it. And it kind of reminded me a little bit of Peter McGann's Morgan Grogan character. This desperation. But he's just committed himself to this way of life now and has to just continue on. It was really interesting. Tilda Swinton is not in it enough, I think, but she's good in it. Fala Chen, I haven't seen her in much, but she was great in this. But Colin Farrell runs away with this. This is his film. I'm surprised people didn't like it as much. I really enjoyed this. I have to say, I really, really like this a lot. I think it is not going to be for everyone. I think, movies about gambling and movies about that whole lifestyle, they're a bit of an acquired taste. Like Rounders, for example, is not a movie that I think is talked about enough. Yet this was in the era of, Ed Norton and Matt Damon and John Malkovich at, really at their creative zenith when they were able to make these smaller movies. And they weren't necessarily concerned with commerciality, that sort of way. Commerciality? The commercial aspect of the movie was secondary, that sort of way. It's like one of those movies. A really good gambling movie. The Card Counter. Is it The Card Counter? The one with Oscar Isaac? The one that, fucking Oscar Isaac was in? I think it's called The Card Counter. Yeah, it is, yeah. It's a great movie. That's another great gambling movie as well. I should do a list of gambling movies. And I've never gambled, by the way. I've never gambled once in my life. I think I placed one bet once. No, I tell a lie. I was in Vegas once, and we had spent the entire time there, and I hadn't gambled once. Hadn't gone anywhere near it. And I think like on my last day, I think I had like a random $5 note, and I shoved it into the thing to see if anything would happen, and nothing happened. I think I won $3. I think you got like 4 spins, and I got $3 back or something. I hated Vegas, by the way. I fucking hated it. Not just because I took up smoking again there. See, this is the thing, right? If you're in Vegas, you're allowed well, when I was there, you were allowed smoke on the casino floor. And because it was Vegas, I had quit smoking for about 4 years that time and took it up again. And smokes were so cheap there as well. That was the other thing. So I was back smoking, and it took me another fucking 5 years to quit them. So that's why I don't like Vegas. And just, you know, it's very... You know, it's one of those places you go once, I think, and you'll never go again because you've experienced it. Like, you've been there, you've seen it. Yes, it's as garish and as fake as it looks. Yes, you know, you can go to the gun range out in the desert and shoot off an M16, or you can do the stupid helicopter trip through the Grand Canyon, and, you know, you can do all those things, I guess, but it's really, you know, you're there for like 2 days. That's enough. Like, you don't need to be there 4 days. Like, you know, it's just... Anyways... Ballad of a Small Player. It's out in cinema. It's out in select cinemas this weekend. It's going to be on Netflix, I think, from October 24th or 29th. I can't remember. I would encourage you to go see it in the cinema if you're looking to go see something in the cinema this weekend. I would say go see that. One Battle After Another is still in cinemas. Definitely go see that if you haven't seen that already. Okay. Think I've got through everything there now. Yes. So our interview with Zara Hedderman. She picked Something's Gotta Give. Zara Hedderman's Substack is called The Bad Art. Subscribe to that. You can hear her on radio. You can hear her on other podcasts. I know she was on Flop Culture this week with Fionnuala Jones. They were doing like a live stream of like the finale of Gilmore Girls. Couldn't get into Gilmore Girls. I don't know why. I mean, it's one of those things you think I'd be into it. Like, it's, you know. I mean, it has its qualities. Great theme song, gotta say that. And I appreciate the whole autumnal quality of it. Like, I get it's a comfort TV thing. I don't know. I just anytime I ever tried to say it just felt so forced. I don't know. I can never really figure it out. Anyways, there you go. So Zara Hedderman, here's our interview. That's mad.
Yeah. That's... Look, something's got to give, Brian.
That's good.
And that wasn't even in the notes.
That wasn't even. That was just. You just had it there.
I had it
just
there.
Primed and ready.
I had it.
Zara Hedderman, writer, journalist,
yes.
Broadcaster,
dog lover,
bad arts owner of the Substack.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank
Your
you.
choice. Now, I swear, for people listening, I really have to preface this by saying you had picked this 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes.
3 weeks ago. Like, that's
after
not...
the Smashing Machine.
Yeah, we were all, I mentioned it, we were all at the Smashing Machine press screening. What did you think of it, by the way? I know we didn't kind of get into it, but...
Didn't love it. Kind of felt like I left it thinking, what was the point in that film?
Yeah.
Like, I think I was talking to you and Jen afterwards, and I didn't know Mark Kerr's story. I expected a murder-suicide. Not to be grim, not to, like, really take the tone down immediately, but I really felt that, like, the way the tension was built between Mark and Dawn, I felt it was going that direction. Also because Mark Kerr is portrayed as this really, like, sociopathically nice person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, like, to avoid kind of spoilers, but the one scene where
he smashes the door into pieces, that bit.
There was that bit as well where I thought something might happen, but then the bit later on before they have the party in the house, I really thought we were going to have a bit of a Chekhov's gun. Yeah. Right. But it didn't. Yeah,
it always felt. Yeah. Let's stop talking about the Smash Machine.
Yeah.
The reason why I bring this up is because at that time, you said, "Oh, I know exactly what I want to do. Yeah. I want to do Something's Gotta Give."
Yeah. And
then we are unfortunate. The unfortunate timing of this. Diane Keaton passed away over the weekend at the age of 79.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. You know, I want to run to you. But I watched it again the night the news came out. Watched Something's Gotta Give again, and okay, to begin with,
Yes.
okay, Nancy Meyers as a director,
Queen.
sure, sure. Is it fair to say that her work is perpetuating class fantasy? Because, like, you look at It's Complicated. That's a film about a very wealthy woman doing up her kitchen.
And the kitchen is already stunning to begin with.
Yes. It's not as if it's like needs a good bit of work. No, that kitchen is great. That kitchen is, I would be proud to
She
have
already
that
has an island.
Who needs them? Like, I know, but she's got to have, like, sea views, and she's got to have the, the thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at, like, even Baby Boom.
Yeah.
Right? Baby Boom, it's, yuppie go-getter, literally gets a baby dumped on her.
Yeah.
But because she's wealthy, she's still able to,
survive
and do this and the other.
Buy a massive ranch.
Yeah, right? What the fuck?
And has loads of, like, issues that need to be fixed.
Huh.
And it's like, there's one bit where, like, her well needs to be fixed, and
Right.
it's $6,000. $6,000 in 1987 is, like, practically 30 grand, probably.
30 grand our money, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the only film I've ever seen her kind of approach something in a sense of class awareness, and I say class awareness, I mean that in the very iffiest sense, is like Father of the Bride. Because it's all about Steve Martin going fucking crazy over the cost of a wedding and all the rest of it. Again, very relatable. Totally get it. But in Something's Gotta Give, it doesn't come into it at all.
No.
It's not a factor at all.
There's one mention which is very funny, and it's like within the first 8 minutes, maybe even earlier, is when Amanda Peet and Jack Nicholson are driving to Diane Keaton's beach house, like her mom's beach house.
In Montauk.
Yeah. And he is like, geez, your mother must be minted, like, if she has a house here. And Amanda Peet just goes, no, she's not rich. And he's just like, hun, if your mom has a house out here, she is wealthy. And it's not her everyday home. Because as we know, part of the premise, they're all stuck there because the communication lines are really bad. So Erica Barry is living somewhere else. Yeah. Like, this house...
She's got some other pad going on. Like, that's your fucking weekend house. The fact that you even have a fucking weekend house.
To write in. Excuse me.
And the fucking room that she writes in as well. Oh. Jesus, I've lived in apartments that size. That's one room.
Yeah. There is a top-down view of the living room at one point where Jack Nicholson is home alone looking at the photo albums. She has a rug in that room that is bigger than the square footage of my house that I'm in.
Yeah.
It's massive.
It's massive.
And like that alone, you're like, that has to set you back about like $2,000.
Oh no, it's not.
More.
Like, I can never, this is the thing, I can never watch a Nancy Meyers film, even like The Intern.
Oh God.
Which, is a whole other thing, without being painfully aware of A, how wealthy everybody is, and B, how everything looks so good. It looks good. Like, I will say it, and I don't have a shame in it, I'm horribly bougie.
Yeah.
So I look at it stuff and I'm like, God, that looks really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that tile. And like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But again, in Something's Gotta Give, it's background. Do you know that sort of way?
Yeah.
And that makes it kind of, I think that kind of bleeds into the, I don't want to say fantasy, but there is an element of fantasy in Something's Gotta Give. You have to admit
100%.
it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, okay, we're going to get personal right away. And feel free to say no, and I'll cut this out if you don't want me to put this in.
Go
Would
ahead.
you sleep with Jack Nicholson?
Oh, like, Brian, every day of the week.
Really?
Every single day of the week.
No, I'm not talking
Yesterday,
like 5 easy pieces.
today.
I'm not talking 5 EVs. I'm talking in this movie.
Brian, yesterday, today, tomorrow. Like the scene, so I rewatched it again for like the millionth time yesterday. The bit where Jack Nicholson and Amanda Peet are first smooching in the house, and like she's on top of him and he gives her the little ass pat. I in my head was like,
God, I wish that was me.
Yeah. I was like, Amanda Peet, like so incredibly lucky. He is, would you not?
I get it. See, okay, right. This is the thing I would say about him. It gives me, okay, he's obviously got a magnetism. Clearly. He's clearly got a charm.
Yeah.
He's Jack Nicholson, right? And I even love the fact, and this is something I've noticed about his performance in this, is that it's very, I would not have a hard time believing that he didn't have to work too hard, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, it was basically him. Like, when Nancy Myers wrote this, she was talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
And he did something in this which I found very vulnerable and very endearing. And I saw him do it in a real life interview where he has like the tissue and he like pats his head like that when he's trying to like talk to Diane Keaton, and he does it in that famous clip of him interviewing or interrupting Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes. Oh
and
my God.
And you see him in the background just doing this, and then he like walks up and he's all like,
Right.
you remind me of an old girlfriend, and then he's like, I thought about like it's like.
I would die.
Yeah. Oh no. Listen, self-confidence is afraid of Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
The fantasy thing I'm trying to get at it is like, even if leave aside if he wasn't Jack Nicholson, let's say he was a truck driver. Mm-hmm. It's still, is it the self-confidence? Like I'm trying to say, like, I would never put an Amanda Peet looking woman and a Jack Nicholson looking man together.
Really? Not even after the Lara Flynn Boyle era?
I don't see it.
Really?
I mean, look, I know women, obviously women are far more developed about attraction and all the rest of it. And they will overlook a belly. Yeah. They will overlook a receding hairline. They will overlook whatever. Because there's obviously a quality. Like, I mean,
he's so charming.
That's it. It's the charm.
And he's so funny. And it's like, just think of the stories he would tell you.
Yeah.
Like, you'd get great scandooch out of him. Mm-hmm. Like, you'd never be stuck for conversation with him. But also, he is just, there's something very handsome about him. It's the eyebrows as well.
Is it?
Yeah, the eyebrows are just always kind of raised, questioning. Like, I think you'd be talking to him, his eyebrows are a bit raised, and you're immediately like, what is he thinking about what I'm saying? Which makes him so much more interesting.
Yeah, because, like, again, see, this is it. I can see the attraction. I see the attraction. Like, that. There's that scene in the kitchen where he's talking to Diane Keaton. He's all like, you know, what was the line now? And I know you've got like a raft of notes in front of you, you nerd.
9 pages.
But 9 fucking pages. But you know the one. Do you know the scene I'm talking about?
Is it the one where they're having the scrambled eggs?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And then afterwards, she's kind of getting the debrief with her daughter, and she's all like, "He can be so soulful."
Is it the thing that you're thinking about where he says that words have been invented about women like you?
Now that's a fucking line.
Flinty, formidable, and
yes. What was the other one? Formidable.
Flinty, formidable, and impervious. Like, Brian.
That's again.
I didn't even have to look at my notes there.
Yeah. That's a line. Like again, that would work. That would work. But compared to Keanu Reeves.
No. Absolutely not.
And what is it? I see. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, the whole film is, you know, Diane Keaton's character should do the logical thing. She should go off with Keanu Reeves. He's younger. He's more attractive.
He's bet into her.
He's
obsessed with
her. Like, okay, fine. Her ex, she still has a friendly relationship with her ex-husband and all the rest of it. It's fucking Starsky.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You know, it's all gravy, but like, you know, she has learned to be resilient. She has learned to live by herself.
Yeah.
And, you know, Diane Keaton famously is a woman who never married and never felt any regret about it and stuff like that. So again, it's this thing of like the part and the person are intertwined.
Yeah.
But I could never... I don't know. Like, I would have assumed... Like, my wife was... I was watching it with my wife, and she was like... Whenever Keanu Reeves came on, she was all like kicking her feet a little bit. Like, she was like, he's so handsome. And he's a doctor. He's so handsome.
And he reads plays. He's into the arts.
Yeah, so it's like, why would...
To me, he's just too much of a mobile cardboard cutout of a man. Like,
really?
Yeah. He's just... And this goes across all of his films. Like, I've never gotten it. He's never done it for me. His acting is just too stiff.
Not even John Wick. Have you seen John Wick?
I've seen the first 3 or
what about Speed?
2. I've never seen Speed.
You should get on it.
Yeah, I need to.
Get on it.
I do need to. Yeah, no,
I'm not saying he's a great actor. I would not. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
Yeah.
He's not a good actor.
Like him in Dracula.
Oh, come on. That would be most good, Jonathan. Most good.
Horrific.
But like, yeah, no, it is settled. We will marry on the first day of spring. Oh no, he's like, it's shot. But like, Dracula, I love Dracula.
I love it. Yeah.
Because it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's so fucked.
Yeah.
And even like the behind the scenes are even better. Like,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Keanu, and Keanu's coming in. Where am I going? And then he just storms off. Like, oh,
Yeah.
come on, it's
Gary
brilliant.
Oldman as well. My favourite movie fact that I love to give to people. Gary Oldman used the same contact lenses for Drexel in Dracula. Or whichever one came first. Which one is he Drexel in again? True.
I think they were at the same time because it was they were both 1993. I
Yeah.
want to say.
So he used the same eye contact. He has
Love
2
it.
eyes. Yeah.
I love it.
But the thing as well that I find really interesting, like you're saying, it should be Keanu in this because like immediately he's really into her and shows so much interest in her. She's a bit freaked out by that. And something that I noticed on this rewatch is that she's really it's not that she has the ick from him initially, but she just doesn't really know how to process his infatuation with her. And obviously as well, the whole Jack Nicholson character of being like a serial younger womanizer really unlocks something in her where I don't think she would have entertained the idea of even going out on a date with him if she hadn't have met Harry Sanborn. But the thing that I noticed, which I felt was really telling, is so when Keanu reads the new play A Woman to Love, another great line that he delivers to her, Erica, you are a woman to love, and she leaves the room and is like, what does that actually mean? Like, that's what women want. We want to be left with like a little bit of a
little bit of mystery.
Yeah, like, but so Keanu has just finished reading the new play, and of course he's like, it's the best thing you've ever written. I love it. It's fantastic. And then she goes to kiss him and kind of just like pecks him really quickly and then like moves back. And he's like, are we going to have to go through this every single time? So every time they kiss, she's really like, ooh.
She's reticent about it. Yeah.
Whereas with Harry,
oh, she's all in straight away. Like.
the thunderstorm goes off. One of the funniest facial reactions from Jack Nicholson when I Only Have Eyes for You comes on. She lights a candle and he's just like, the camera holds on his face for like 20 seconds and the eyebrows.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I get it. This is it. I get it. Like I can see how he could easily win a woman over. Like, it's not hard. I completely get it. And it's that mixture of like confidence and vulnerability. It's very attractive. I totally understand it. But again, I always go to this thing with Nancy Meyer's movies is that they are fantasies. They are either class fantasies or they are romantic fantasies. And in the real world, I couldn't see a self-possessed woman like Diane Keaton, who, by the way, fucking hell in this.
Incredible.
Like, she came out in that black dress in the restaurant scene. Like stunning. Like, I actually did a...
Yeah.
You know, like it's... Whoosh,
yeah.
You know,
No, she's stunning in this.
Fantastic. And yeah, it's just... I don't know, like... Having watched it now, like I said, recently enough, I kind of got to me that I was like, I thought she would have chose herself at the end.
Yeah.
That would have felt more believable.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I think that doesn't...
That doesn't give you the satisfying ending you want.
No.
No.
And I think what's really interesting about this film is that... And it's like this film really unlocked something in me in my adult life of really loving films that deal with older characters.
Same.
Because I went to see this in the cinema with my mom and dad and I was sat in between the two of them.
So they were loving it, obviously.
Loving it.
Yeah.
Like loving it. And I'm there, an 11-year-old, just like, who
the fuck are these old
people? Who are these old people?
Yeah.
Now, I knew Jack Nicholson from Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
Wasn't as... I wouldn't know Diane Keaton from Father of the Bride.
Right.
So I had like a vague like awareness of who they were. But from that point, I was just like, this film is really funny. As an 11-year-old, I was like, it's a bit raunchy. Like, this is gas that I'm seeing this. But then also I was like, this is really interesting that these older people are having these big life realizations. So from then on, like, I love stuff like Grace and Frankie.
Yeah.
I love that because it's like, I'm really fascinated with like the portrayal of like with how arrogance and insecurity are portrayed in people. So like obviously when you have like a film that's based on like characters who are like 20, 30s there's an arrogance there that's like very not willing to show any of their insecurities.
Yeah.
To kind of a point where they become quite annoying and really self-destructive in ways where you're like, I can see why you're doing this, but like if you just let some of the walls down, we could
get out of your own way.
Yeah. Whereas I think it's really interesting if you do this with characters who, like in this, are 56 and 63, I think.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because the arrogance of an older person is so different because they've lived so long, have had so many experiences, that they're...
It's almost earned, I would say.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
it. I feel like... It's interesting you say that, because I would have said the reason why I find these much more interesting is because there are stakes involved.
Yeah.
Like... It's like an Alien, you know, that's the way. When you go back and watch Alien with Sigourney Weaver, they're all in their 30s and 40s. They're not kids on a fucking summer camp.
Yeah.
So, like, if they die, people are going to be left behind.
Yeah.
And subsequently in Something's Gotta Give, you know, she's been married.
Yeah.
So she's gone through a divorce.
Yeah.
And she's obviously had boyfriends or whatever. And obviously, you know... I mean, there's that great line that Jack Nicholson says is, and I'm paraphrasing now, but he goes like, "What makes you think that, you know, younger women aren't attracted to me?"
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going out and getting them; they're coming to me.
Yeah.
So like, and then we have that montage at the end where it's like, oh, he provides closure for all of them. I'm like, that's fair.
Yeah.
But you know, it was that was interesting. Like, yeah, but go on, yeah.
But then, so like, what I found interesting is that, like, so they have this thing where there is an arrogance there. Like, he is like, as we say, like this man who's like swanning around with young ones, says that he likes to go out with younger women because they have less baggage. She has this kind of arrogance where it's like, it's a very interesting one where it's, even though, like we said, she's divorced, she has a child, she has a relationship with her sister, and she has good relationships with everyone. But I feel like her crutch is that, like, she is so pinned on to her professional life and how successful she is in it. So something as well I noticed is that when she meets Keanu Reeves, when he's like, "What's your name?" and she goes, "My name is Erica Barry." Like, full name. She knows she's successful.
That's her government name.
She knows that those two words will register with him.
Right.
Because she's so famous. So that's like a call. Like, when you introduce yourself to someone, do you go, "Hi, I'm Brian Lloyd"?
No, never.
No.
I just, "Hi, I'm Brian."
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's a thing of like, you know that like your job isn't who you are.
Yeah.
And you don't expect people to like click with that.
No.
Whereas that's something that she really holds on to. And then I find it with this film, she becomes kind of softer to that the more she talks to Harry Sanborn in being like, well, actually, this guy, even though I think he's like just this creepy owl lad, he actually has a lot of depth to him.
Oh yeah, huge amount. Yeah.
And like, there's an interesting thing about the two of them where they're both, even though they're surrounded by people, whether it's her family, him with all his drive-by records family.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
We see like how actually intrinsically alone they are.
Yeah.
Especially I think it's shown really well with him, where after I think the second false heart attack,
yeah,
he goes back to his apartment and there's no one there.
Yeah.
And then later there's a house full of people and he's
like,
still
alone, yeah.
Yeah. So I love how, like, I know what you're saying about she, like, there's the ending potential where she could be like, "I'm enough."
Yeah.
Whereas I think, like, as well with kind of that age, it's nice to have a companion to also, like, when you get to that certain point in life where you have learned so much and then realize with someone else that there's still more to learn.
Yes.
Which I also really like about this film is that it's two people of the same age.
That it's age appropriate, yeah.
But it's also that they're teaching each other things as opposed to the intern.
Yeah,
where
well, the intern is, let's not go there.
It's drivel,
I have
like,
so fucking many problems with that film.
The husband as well, like, I can't with that husband.
I don't get, okay, we've started now, so we may as well get into it. The problem I have with the intern is how can you be fucking Anne Hathaway, business magnate, and not fucking understand basic stuff? Like you're not, like, you're clearly smart. You clearly have a fucking business. It's clearly going places. Yeah. You're clearly going places. Like, I've seen this myself where it's like very, very successful people that have their heads screwed on cannot fucking keep a relationship together.
Yeah.
But you can trace the line. It's like, okay, so they're just at work all the time and they're not emotionally available and all the rest of it. Or, you know, they live and die by their successes, and if it doesn't go well, they're in a mood for months, and who wants to be around that? Blah, 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 blah. But in the intern, it's like literally like she's a small lost woman.
Yeah.
And paternal Robert De Niro is going to help her out. Like, what the fuck?
No.
Like, no, it doesn't make any sense.
It's not happening.
No.
And they try and like kind of steer that narrative as well with like her mom is like a bit of a like battle axe.
Yeah.
Like is really mean to her, and there's coldness in their relationship where it's just like, why did we need to bring this kind of paternal savior thing into it? Like, it doesn't make sense.
And like for a woman, like, I mean, again, Nancy Meyers is, I would argue, like, I mean, I know the term post-feminist has been mentioned about her before, but like, I do think, like, you know, she writes women obviously very, very well. I mean, and Something's Gotta Give would be the one I would say that's like, that is lived experience. That is lived experience of a woman in her older age. Like even that scene after she had sex with Harry, and like she's like, I thought I was closed up for shop. Like, that's, you talk to women, like, that's real. Like, that's a very real lived thing. Like, but then to do something like The Intern, it's like, what the hell? Like, where are you going with this? Like,
and for that as well to be like our last Nancy for the last 10 years. I don't count Father of the Bride Zoom.
No, that was
I haven't even watched that. Like,
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah.
And I don't need to see it. Like, I'm fine. Like, it's, you know.
But I think what's so interesting as well about like how well Nancy writes women is that like Diane Keaton basically is Nancy Meyers in this.
Oh yeah, no, she's a stand-in. Oh, sorry, yes,
which is,
absolutely.
And it's hilarious. Like, the more you kind of read about Nancy Meyers, the more you see her literally in the polo neck.
Did you see that interview?
Charlie Rose one?
Yes. The one that Jane Gannon put up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched it.
The fucking hair was exactly. It was like, it's fun.
And the polo neck as well.
Yeah.
And even down to they have really similar teeth.
Everything.
It's bizarre. Which, like, obviously, like, Nancy Meyers, like, must have seen something in Diane from, like, going back to Baby Boom. And is like, God, this woman.
There's a connection.
There's a kismet here. Like, yeah.
And that happens.
Yeah. But I feel like Something's Gotta Give is so I think it's why it's so successful. Because Nancy Meyers clearly poured so much of herself, like, to the point of the ex-husband who's the director of her plays,
Charles Shire,
and like Diane's Erica Barry is just like, I married my husband because he was the director of my plays and he was the only man I ever saw. It's like,
and that I mean, you know,
it happens.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's real. That does happen. Like, people do meet each other because you're just around them all.
Nancy Meyers, Charles Shire, like, it happens.
Yeah, that does happen. Like, it's like okay, name drop. I interviewed Richard Donner before, and I interviewed him and his wife Lauren Schuler Donner. Yeah. And I was like, okay, so how actually did it? Because like they obviously had the Donners company and all the rest. And I was like, how did that actually happen that the two of you got together? Like, as in, like, they just had this working, and it was literally, we were stuck on this film called Lady Hawke. Remember that with Michelle Pfeiffer, Matthew Broderick?
No.
It's shit. But
what era are we talking?
Like 1986, 87,
okay.
I want to say.
Okay.
Or maybe it was 84, 83, I can't remember. But anyway, point with 80s fantasy film.
Is that where the band got her name?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
What a time.
Anyways, so the point, and Richard Donner said this, he was like, I was stuck there for like 6 months in Italy. I knew nobody. I had just gotten divorced. I was fucking miserable. And Lauren was there and we were working together. And the two of us it just happened, and then it just felt right, and it just continued and continued. Yeah. And he told me to go get married. Like, this was the whole thing. He gave me marriage advice at the end of it. Like, yeah, he was all like, because his whole thing was like, are you dating somebody now, kid? And I was like, yeah. We've been together a few years, and why didn't you marry this girl? And I was like, well, like, we live together, and we don't need to put a ring on it, and we don't need to go, kid, I'm telling you, marry the girl, you're gonna love it. And I was like, kind of laughing, like, this was all joking. I was like, but why? Like, I mean, we're already doing it now. Why do we need a fucking kid? You got no personality. I had no personality. You get married, your personalities come together. You never have to think about this again. And I was like, that's actually.
You were like, something's got to give. You were literally like, something's got to give.
I was like, that's it. I was like, I need to get out of my. No,
how soon after did you propose?
Not long. About like 6 months, a year afterwards. It was like, I had been thinking about it.
Yeah.
I had been thinking about it. And then I was kind of like, I was doing this, it was a whole series of interviews I was doing. And he was one of them. And he was very insistent about it, like, about this marriage thing. Like, he was really, really insistent about it. So I was like,
God.
Okay, this is a sign. I think I have to. And again, I'm not woo.
We've established it.
But I was like, okay, this is a sign. I think I have to do something about this now and all the rest of it. But the reason I bring it up is because and we talked about this before, when you have a capable person, they can't get out of their own way. So you need the other person to
unlock it
and pull you aside and make you kind of see the way through. Has this ever influenced you in your work? And I mean, like, as in, like, I know you're kind of writing. You're
I wake up crying and then
just like I've got to pour it all out, like. And I've done that.
Yeah.
Has that happened for you?
Crying while I was
working?
working?
No, not crying while writing, obviously. But I mean, like I'm saying, like, as in, has this film had any kind of tangible influence on your life or on your career or on your work as a writer and as an artist?
I wouldn't necessarily say so. I mean,
Do you take inspiration from movies, like, in that regard, like? Or do you just view them as, like, entertainment?
It depends on the film. Like some films, like with Something's Gotta Give, I get a lot of inspiration for how the house looks.
Sure.
And I watched Something's Gotta Give and instantly felt the need to strip wallpaper in the house and rearrange the front room.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff.
Lots of neutrals.
Yeah,
Lots
exactly.
Of neutrals. It's classy. Yeah. It age as well.
Get on the Ralph Lauren, Laura Ashley website.
Right.
We love it.
Get on Vinted, start looking for fucking knitwear.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But I suppose the thing with this watch that I did find kind of inspirational was just her work ethic.
Yeah.
Of just like not putting off the work, or if something comes to you in a moment, to just run to the laptop
and start.
Because even like it really clicked with me this time, where like he says that thing to her, "You're a woman to love," and the next scene is her at her laptop writing that line, and she's still kind of figuring it out. So in that way, I was like, God, like, I really need a work ethic like that.
Yeah.
Would love that. But then, like, with other films, of course, like, if there's, like, stuff about death or people grieving, like, that stuff I feel always will kind of tap into you and, unspool something. So, yeah, no, films, of course, tap into that.
Yeah.
And then, like, with this film, like I said, like, it was a big moment for me as an 11-year-old being like, I'm really interested in films and TV stuff about older people because I find them incredibly interesting.
On that, okay, Martin Short and Meryl Streep. Talk to me about that.
See, now, oh God, this is...
No.
No, I love that. I love that they're together. I'm not a massive Meryl Streep fan. I know, controversial.
Controversial?
Yeah. I appreciate she's an incredible actor.
Right. Is this because she played Margaret Thatcher? Because honestly, I have to hold my nose sometimes and forget that she played Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah.
And Olivia Colman was in that film as well. Oh no. Yeah.
I've only seen bits of that film, weirdly.
It's fucking
just
terrible.
Always on TV, and I always get the bit where she's in her kitchen and does the ghost of her husband talk to her, kind of like The Crown, where there's the ghost of Diana and stuff in the plane.
The Crown is
Jump the Shark.
Jump the Shark kept going.
Yeah,
like it Jumped the Shark 2 seasons prior.
Yeah. I appreciate her talents. Like, I love, like, some of my favourite films she's in. As well, like, kind of like with this, some of my favourite films I love to watch with my mom, like Out of Africa. A big one. I think she's great in that. Yeah. A recent favourite, Bridges of Madison County.
Yes.
Again.
Yes. Sensuality.
Older people.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood in that film. Again, like a Jack Nicholson, yesterday, today, tomorrow.
I get that. See, see, this is it. I understand that more than I'd understand Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Like, it would make more sense. And, like, Out of Africa, obviously, the hair washing scene, come on. That's, like...
And, like, the teaming of her and Robert Redford.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Like, so good.
It's like a Ralph Lauren app. Talking about Ralph Lauren, it's like a fucking Ralph Lauren spread. It's like an advertising spread.
Yeah. It's beautiful. Like, it's literally the colour palette of heaven. Like, it's fantastic. Yeah. But, yeah, with her, there's just something where I love her.
Insistence.
Yeah. I kind of found her a bit annoying, just the period where she kept winning, which I know is a very awful thing to say. Women tearing women down. But
why do you hate women, Zara? Why do you hate other women? Where's that internalized misogyny? You know, like, anyway, what's that about?
Look, we'll talk about it's complicated. It's complicated. No! On a roll. But there's just something about her I don't warm to in the same way that, like, Diane Keaton. I think she is just incredible.
Is it because
she's also just has that, like, spirit of doesn't really feed into the Hollywood stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was watching as well last night clips of the AFI when she was getting the Lifetime Achievement thing, and like she's giving a speech at the end and she's kind of like, I don't know what I can say, like people have said really nice things, I'm in a room with my friends, so I'll sing you a song.
Did you see the bit from that AFI thing where Lisa Kudrow?
Yes.
Now
incredible
for anyone who doesn't know it, look it up, right? But it's basically, and I believe it's real, by the way. I want to believe it's real, but Lisa Kudrow reads out the deposition of Diane Keaton, and
what was that deposition for?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know what the specifics of it were, but the
last name
is just like, oh, I thought this girl, I was like, you can hear her voice. It's like she has this register that is so specific and so unique.
Yeah,
and like, to bring it back to Something's Gotta Give, it's one of the very few films I think I've seen where, and I found this out subsequently, that there was very little of it was improvised.
Yeah, no.
But she's such a good writer.
Yeah.
And she writes for Diane, Nancy Myers is such a good writer, and she writes for Diane Keaton. She almost puts in the commas and the pauses and the sort of the fumfering that she does.
Yeah.
She wrote it specifically to her tenor and her register. Like.
Yeah, like to that as well, because I was watching the Charlie Rose interview, the full one with Nancy Myers and Diane Keaton. Charlie Rose also just so like horrifically bad as an interviewer.
Do you think?
In this instance, yeah.
I always thought he was. I mean, look, problematic.
Yeah,
obviously. Fuck. Problematic. Jesus.
Yeah.
I always thought he was a brilliant interviewer.
Just in this one, and I don't know if it was maybe kind of a reflection of that time, like 2003, 2004, where as well, like with the studio didn't want to make this because they were like,
had to be talked into it.
They were like, no one cares about people in their 50s. Like, this is not going to be a success. Cut to it having a budget of 80 million to making 266 million.
Massive.
Getting Diane Keaton an Academy nomination and all this kind of stuff. But I felt that maybe it was a reflection of that, where he didn't really seem to care enough or value the film enough.
Yeah.
Like, he's almost kind of
dismissive.
Yeah, and like even to points of like constantly saying that Frances McDormand's character is just Diane Keaton's friend in it. I'm like, no, she's her sister. It's very explicit. She is her sister. But there's a point where they're like, he asks her like, was there room for improv? Because Diane, you bring like such great energy to like some of the lines. And one in particular that I kind of thought of is the one where Jack and Diane are walking back from the beach. And like they're talking again about why he likes the younger woman, and he figures that he finds out that she's going on a date with Keanu Reeves later that night. But there's a lovely kind of, there's nice spaces and there's nice natural kind of jokiness and laughter in it. Whereas, as we know, like Nancy Myers is on par with like a Stanley Kubrick or a David Fincher, but isn't really given the same kudos.
No, not at all.
Like, which is wild. And Diane is like, no, I did not improvise. And almost like Nancy Myers is looking at her across the table and is like, no, it's not improvised. No. And Diane's like, yeah, no, I do what I'm told.
And like, it's amazing you say that, because I was nearly going to compare it in the sense of like, you know, and I know auteur theory is kind of talked about and like it's very wanky, but like, you know, you look at Wes Anderson, you know you're looking at a Wes Anderson film. And I feel it's the same with Nancy Myers. You look at a Nancy Myers film, you can tell within 30 seconds, yep, I'm watching a Nancy Myers film.
Spanish guitar comes in.
Spanish guitar, beautiful interiors, everyone is perfectly dressed. It's like Douglas Sirk. It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And the stakes are literally on the floor. Yet, compared to something like Downton Abbey, I don't know what it is. Like, they're kind of the same thing. It's upper class people being upper class and enjoying their lives and all the rest of it. Yet I find so much more warmth and enjoyability in a Nancy Myers than I would in a Downton Abbey. Could I trouble you for a ranking? Can you give me like a where do you put Something's Gotta Give on the Nancy Myers filmography? Now, I'm not going to hold you to this at all, but like,
it would have to be number one.
Would it be number one? Yeah.
Well, it's in my Letterboxd top 4.
Wow, it's that strong.
Brian, I cannot stress how much I love this film. And this film has like, it's a perfect Venn diagram for me of my comfort films.
Sure.
So in that Venn diagram, it is Nancy Meyers directed.
Sure.
Diane Keaton starring.
Sure.
Jack Nicholson. So my other comfort films. So say like if I'm house sitting and dog sitting for my sisters.
Right.
And if I'm in that house by myself for a night and I have to sleep there alone, I'm a bit of a wuss. Like I'm
Really?
I'm such a wuss.
Okay, right.
Big wuss. Not afraid, not ashamed to admit. But I will watch films until I exhaust myself.
Yeah, until you're falling asleep in front of the screen. Yeah,
and
sure.
a lot of the time I will fall asleep on the couch and the dog will be in the living room with me.
Yep.
Have to have your protection.
Got that.
So the films, so I was doing this in August, just gone. The films that I went to.
I'm going to see if I can name a few.
Okay.
All right. I know you're doing the bigger picture for the IFI, and your choice is five easy pieces.
Yeah.
I am going to say though, I think your comfort choice was A Few Good Men.
No.
Oh,
I actually only watched that for the first time last year.
what?
Yes.
That's a comfort film. That is such
Really? A courtroom drama.
a courtroom.
Hold on. Two of us sexing. No.
Rob Reiner. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in autumn. One of my favorite seasons.
Yes.
Very sharply written. Aaron Sorkin's script.
Yeah.
And it's it's beginning, middle, and end. It's very layered. It's very structured. It's there.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson is in it, and he's great in it.
Yeah.
Like it's so, and like the good guy wins at the end. It's very like
Yeah.
It's a comfort film for me.
Yeah.
100%.
It has a full circle kind of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I know what I'm getting. I'm getting a courtroom drama, and Jack Nicholson is going to turn up in the last 15 minutes and he's going to blow everyone out of the water.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Give me that. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so my Jack Nicholson comfort films.
Don't say it's like The Pledge or something. Go on.
It's
Batman?
The Shining.
Okay, yeah, no, I get that.
But I wouldn't watch that Home Alone.
Right,
For
okay,
comfort. That is a comfort film of like this time of year, I'm cleaning the house, I'm doing some cooking.
You'll have it on. Yeah.
Love it. The other one is a more recent one of Witches of Eastwick.
Oh, yeah. That's
Sensational.
Of course.
Sensational.
Of course.
So then my Diane Keaton ones, and this actually was in August just gone, I watched Baby Boom quite a lot.
Yep.
I watched First Wives Club is my
Yeah,
go-to.
yeah.
It is my go-to. And then one of the kind of rare instances of getting a new film into rotation.
Family Stone.
Oh God. I love that film.
But it wasn't it?
No, it's not. Jesus, it's too upsetting.
It's too much.
Too
It's too
upsetting.
much.
No, it's too upsetting.
Too much.
Is Book Club.
Are you shitting me? Now, do you know what? I should have known you were going to pick that film, right? I should have known you were going to pick the film because you mentioned Grace and Frankie.
Yeah.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
keep that in the
back pocket,
keep that in the back pocket, keep that in the ether, keep that kind of in the hopper. Book Club, okay.
Will I watch it again? No. But it was a moment of I am home alone. It's dark. I'm a bit like I'm freaking myself out. What do I
Right.
watch? I'm like Book Club.
Oh, yeah,
I've
no,
wanted to
that's-
watch it. And actually, I had a Jack Nicholson in that where it's like I need something just light and fluffy to watch.
Bucket list.
God, no, I can't do that.
Okay,
I've
right.
seen it once, can't do it again.
Right.
Too emotional. No, it's How Do You Know? His
Oh,
last.
yes! That, I've never seen it. Is it bad?
You must never watch that film. You must never watch it. It is horrifically bad. James L. Brooks did a film. It's Jack Nicholson's last film, which
that's
is
always the way.
devastating.
That's always the way. Like, Gene Hackman's last film is Welcome to Mooseport. Yeah, with fucking Ray Romano.
Oh no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so,
Yeah.
like Sean Connery's last film was like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh God.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
these big talents, they go out with a whimper, and I think that's okay. Like, because they have a body of work
Yeah.
that you can look back on. They
Yeah.
really have, a legacy, and not everything has to be like. Look at like fucking Eastwood, that sort of way.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he should have gone out on Gran Torino, and then he's still doing
Still
fucking
doing it.
Cry Macho and Juror Number 9 and stuff like.
Juror number 2, Brian.
Juror Number 2.
Pays him. I actually only rewatched that again the other day. I kind of love that film.
Do you know what? I fucking wanted to love that film more than I get it. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's a very well made. It's
Rashomon style. Like,
like very.
love that.
I get it, but I could not vibe with it at all. I don't know why. Yeah. Here's a question, right?
Yeah.
And this is about Diane Keaton kind of writ large. Do you think, can you point to someone now who would have the kind of versatility that she had?
Oh, that is an interesting one.
I would have said somebody like Zoe Deschanel because
the quirkiness.
And the kookiness.
Yeah.
And like you could argue, Annie Hall was the blueprint for the manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah, 100%.
No, she obviously shook that. Diane Keaton did, and did serious work afterwards and all the rest of it. That's not like Hannah and her sisters and all sorts of shit, But or Manhattan Murder Mystery, I mean. But I don't think they're gonna make another Diane Keaton.
No.
I don't think there's another one coming.
No, and I think as well, like just the whole climate and like Hollywood culture and like how important like social media is for like actors. Like someone I would think of is maybe like a Maya Hawke.
Yeah.
But there's that thing where like everyone is too, I think there's no one who's going to be as like authentically themselves.
Yes.
Which is a huge part of Diane Keaton.
Yes.
Aside from her just being a brilliant actor. Like she had the personality off screen and stage to match it up. There's no one really who is kind of coming up in that way that I don't think it has.
Yeah, that has that level of purchase.
Like I cannot get behind Margaret Qualley. I think she's terrible.
Fair.
Really don't. I've only ever really kind of, apart from maybe like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, she's fine in, but you just mainly see her feet.
I mean, did you see The Substance?
I hated that film.
Really?
Yeah.
Que pasa?
It was just one of those like, okay, we get it. You've seen The Shining. It was just too...
Well, there's more. There's Reanimator and there's Society.
I know, absolutely, yeah. And From Beyond as well.
Yeah.
Like, watched From Beyond recently and, like, the blobby characters. It's like, okay, that's where this was...
That's where she got it from.
Ripped from, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, like, the aesthetic... It's like, if you're a filmmaker, you really need to... It's okay to have references and put them into your language, but, like... Throw a few of your own words in there too, like.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
I just it didn't.
It didn't vibe. I thought you would have. I thought you would have been.
No,
too
really,
much.
Yeah, just couldn't. And I love horror films.
Yeah,
love it, but yeah, just it kind of annoyed me by the end. So there's her. I don't really get behind. My Hawke, I think, is fine in things. Then you have like your Dakota Johnsons, who's maybe kind of a bit like terrible actor.
She's more Melanie Griffith. I know that's an obvious kind of... No, I know what you mean.
But she does have that kind of like aloofness maybe to her in her interviews sometimes.
Yes.
But it's a different kind of aloofness to the one that Diane Keaton had.
Yeah.
And also Diane Keaton could act.
Yeah. And I feel like Diane Keaton, whenever she did those interviews, she seemed interested. Yeah. There was never a kind of like... Whereas I think, as you say, Dakota Johnson, when she goes to do these interviews, she comes across as aloof. Yeah. Which is... It's interesting because this sort of forced enthusiasm is
like a Taylor Swift kind of style. Yes, where it's uncanny valley, and you're like, is there actually a sentient being?
Yeah, are you registering that there is a human in front of you, or is this just
Who would you go for
as a Diane Keaton type?
Yeah. It's really hard. Like
that's what I'm saying to you. I think they broke the mold.
Yeah.
To use the cliche. Like I really do think they broke the mold. Like you could look at Jack Nicholson and say, well, Leonardo DiCaprio is very much is on the same track. You know, that kind of way. You could look at Jeremy Allen White and say, well, he's on the same track as I would say Robert De Niro.
Okay, yeah. Definitely not Jack. Certainly not. Yeah, that's when you said I was like, yeah, I could see that.
Like you can see the kind of the line, and then here's where you can see enough of that person in the other person to kind of you could connect the two.
Yeah, 7 degrees of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But with Diane Keaton, I mean, you can see, like I said, you can see a little bit of Zooey Deschanel. You could probably see a little bit of Dakota Johnson. You could probably see a little bit of that. And maybe it's just because, like, women are so undefined generally in fucking Hollywood that like it's not as clear and as evident as it is for men. Do you know that sort of way? Like, that could be it, maybe. I don't know. But
also it's interesting, like I was thinking this morning of if you were to remake this film, who would you put? Yeah. Immediately I kind of thought I don't
Jennifer
know what...
Aniston is around the same age as she
Yeah.
is in this. But like, you don't think of Jennifer Aniston as being mid-50s.
No.
Even though she is.
Which is funny because like Diane Keaton, I remember as an 11-year-old seeing her and being like, Jesus, she seems ancient. But then now as an older woman, I'm like, God, she was only like 56.
Yeah.
This is kind of wild. Like,
And like the fact that like she like had naturally, she allowed to naturally, her hair was naturally greying and stuff like that. And she had lines and she wasn't, you know. I mean, Botox was around then. She could have got work done. She chose not to.
She chose not to, yeah.
You
And
know?
even as well, in that film, she does a full nude scene.
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to that.
We didn't
like,
even talk about that. Like, Jesus. Okay, we've got time. Like, we're at 40.
Look, I have hours of time.
Like, I think, I have to say, right, it bugged me a little bit.
Okay.
It bugged me a little bit because it felt like, all right, seeing another person naked is funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it is.
It is. No, it is.
If you're with someone and they like you enough to show you their naked body, it's hilarious. It's funny. We all have to acknowledge that it's quite ridiculous and quite funny.
Yeah.
It felt to me, though, and I could be wrong about this, it felt like her body was being used as the butt of a joke because she was an older woman and she was naked.
And same with Jack Nicholson in the hospital scene.
With his arse hanging out.
Yeah.
And
his little dimple on his cheek.
And I'm wondering, like, okay, maybe it's just that generation is more freer with their body and, you know, the body image isn't that much of an issue. Like, they both look great.
Yeah.
They both look great.
Yeah. As you said, when you saw her in the black dress.
Oh, listen.
Awooga.
Awooga. Yeah, like, the eyes popping out like... I get it. But it's like... I don't know. It was like it was being used as the butt of a joke.
Yeah, which I think is also... So this film, I think, has a PG rating.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a thing of...
You can show one tit or something. Is that it? Like,
but it's like it's a PG rated film. Now I could be wrong in that, but I feel like it is. There's a thing of like, okay, so the studio did that, so they deemed it appropriate for 11-year-olds like myself to go into the cinema. And is it because that the studios thought, well, a woman over a certain age isn't going to be a sexual fantasy for anyone.
Sure.
So it's like an older, decrepit body. This is like them kind of speaking. It's not me. I think she looks fabulous. So it's this thing of like they're just kind of making her this sexless being, and as you say, kind of like a butt of a joke.
Yeah.
And there's also like a sex scene in the film.
Yeah, they have sex.
They have sex. He cuts her polo neck off.
Yeah, like literally, and you can see her nipples.
Yeah.
You can see her nipples in the part that she's wearing. And then afterwards, post-coitus, she's like, they're bathed in sweat.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're not seeing the thrusting, as it were, but like, they fuck.
There's action... Post-action, yeah. And even like, I feel the language...
It was PG-13, by the way.
PG-13, okay. So I obviously was only able to get in because I had my two parents side by side. But it's like, even some of the lines of like the suggestion of like, I mean, this is how I learned what Viagra was. I'm there 11 in the cinema being like, they're asking him, what drugs have you taken? He's like, Flipitor, this stuff, Viagra. And I was like, what is Viagra? Like, what is this?
Yeah, and again, I appreciate. See, this is the thing. I again, this was something that I didn't fully appreciate the first time I saw it, and then seeing it again, I was like, I appreciate the frankness. I appreciate the frankness that, like, yes, he is on Viagra.
Yeah,
of course he would be.
Yeah,
and you know when she cries and stuff like that, like, I mean, that's
so moving.
It's so moving. Like, that can be very overwhelming.
Yeah,
like, you know,
and I found like watching this film now since she's passed, it kind of brought another like weight to the film, because obviously like they're an older couple getting together. The last scene of them at the dinner where like he again is like patting her ass, he's like pulling her. It's like so cheeky, but you're like, okay, like they're of a certain age, they don't know how long they have together,
so they're choosing.
Yeah, and it's just like watching it, I'm too emotionally invested in these characters where I'm now like, oh my god, Harry Sanborn's alone now. I mean, he's probably had another heart attack, and in the real world of it all.
I mean, look, and again, this is going to sound cruel. I would have bet, if you were to bet money on this, I would have said Jack Nicholson would have passed first.
Same.
I
Same.
would have put money that he was going to go first.
I mean, I said that to you the other night.
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
of course, yeah, we were saying, yeah.
I can't believe
Yeah.
he outlived him. Outlived her.
Nuts.
And Al Pacino as well.
Yeah, him. Did you see the thing about him where you were saying he regretted not marrying her?
Bit late for that.
But I bet she doesn't regret it though.
No, absolutely not.
She doesn't regret it.
Absolutely not.
She doesn't.
Sure, even like the thing that he said at that AFI like ceremony about her.
Yeah, he was all like, "You're like the thing when he lost all his money," and it was like, "You're an idiot." Like,
Yeah,
he's an idiot.
Yeah, and he was going to do an interview, and she was like, "Just whatever you say, don't say that you're an artist. Like, don't take yourself so seriously." Like, I'd say he was an absolute nightmare.
Oh, I'd say he was a have Sonny
nightmare.
boy upstairs. Like, it's
Ridiculous. But again, it's an interesting thing of like, you look at like someone like him, and like we mentioned, like the Stanley Kubricks, your David Finchers, who take their art so seriously and are like commended for it, and they're like, oh my god, they're such an incredible, like as you said, like an auteur kind of person. Nancy Meyers, like, again.
Oh no, she was an auteur. Like she was a fucking brain.
But to the point of, and like it's interesting when we were talking, I was like, God, I would have loved like a Clint Eastwood Nancy Meyers film.
Oh.
Would never have worked though, because with him, when he makes a film,
It's so ego driven.
with him,
it's one take and I'm
it's
done.
like one take. He finishes like a month under schedule, under budget. Nancy Meyers, like, so I was listening to something and they said that like when the intern, or It's Complicated, went 2 months over budget or 2 months over shooting, she wasn't allowed on set for the intern, I think it wasn't allowed on set, and she had to get her assistant to FaceTime her so she could like like certain things for shots. And like with It's Complicated, Steve Martin apparently had to do 10 makeup tests to get the right shade of foundation. So that is like the level of detail where Clint would just be like,
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I know you're right. She doesn't get talked about in the same breath. I mean, look, that's true of, again, that's true of a lot of women in Hollywood. They don't get talked about with the same level of seriousness as you say. Like,
can we talk about the Amanda Peet of it all?
Okay, we are really over time, but yes, I want to talk about Amanda Peet. No, I definitely want to talk about Amanda Peet because I feel Amanda Peet has just kind of disappeared for whatever reason. I don't know, but like,
and she's really good in this.
She's good in this, yeah. But
now, a nightmare in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she brought anything that you couldn't have gotten from Andy McDowell or, you know, Claire Danes or somebody. I'm just naming actor.
Claire Danes, actually, that's a good
do you know what I
shout.
mean? Like or Kirsten Dunst or somebody. You could have put anyone into that role. It's not enough of a role that all you need to be is young and attractive. Yeah, and you're kind of golden. Like so. But go on, yeah.
Just something that always gets me with this film, because something's got to give, is how she manages to get married and is 3 months pregnant in the space of 6 months. How does that happen?
Now, you've clicked something there, right? I don't know about you, but I have never met an ex and been introduced to their current beau. No. And it be the friendly and kind of the friendliness and the sort of like the, you know. Yeah. That's bizarre to me. Yeah. And again, I know like it's the sort of thing where, you know, we talk about, you know, Nancy Meyers existing in a fantasy world and all the rest of it. Why it's, oh God, it's so mad. Like I just, that scene was like, okay, I get it. He's doing the high fidelity thing. Yeah. He's going through the greatest hits. He's trying to figure out his life and all the rest of it. And he's trying to figure it out through the lens of talking to women and all the rest of it and the women that he's known. But like, it's like, why would you put that in? Yeah. And I didn't even think about the fucking time frame. Yeah. So is the kid his?
No, the kid is her husband.
Yeah,
they didn't have sex. Crucially, they didn't have sex.
Yes.
But in the space of 6 months, he's grown a massive beard.
That happens. I mean,
Erica's written
this is
her...
2 weeks and I'm kind of there.
Oh, fair play.
So, okay.
That's good. Erica's written her play. It's already in production.
It's in production and rehearsals.
Also, one of my favourite things on this rewatch, noticing Patrick Fischler, the guy from Mulholland Drive who has the dream about the garbage, Winkies.
Yes.
He is a theatre stagehand and comes up to Erica during
he thought they need to check
the Dancing Henrys.
The Dancing Henrys.
And is it we just want to check something in the script. Is it an I love you or I love you? And Harry is just there what the hell? That's an incredible, I think, little cameo of
I think it was just a part. I don't know if it was a cameo.
No, I know. I know that. I know.
Just when you point and you see, it's that
guy.
Yeah,
it's your man from Winkies.
Here's a question. If you were to create a piece of work, be it a short story, be it a play, be it anything, I mean, how do you do you feel there is a problem with using your real life in the process of telling a story?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No,
either.
I don't think so. That is what people always say. They get their best material from is their real life, and as we've said, Something's Gotta Give is so successful because it's mined so closely from Nancy Meyer's real life.
Yeah, you can tell. There's a thing I always say. There are some lines that aren't written; they're heard and transcribed.
Yeah,
and then certain set pieces and certain kind of setups or whatever, they're real. That happened.
Yeah,
because it's too perfect for it not to be real and all the rest of it. Yeah.
I think obviously there's the thing of Harry is a bit
he's private, I guess.
Yeah, as well because he is a notable figure in the New York music world. He's got the second most successful hip hop label, Drive By Records.
Yeah, wow, okay.
So he would obviously want to keep some anonymity in spite of the fact that there was the New York Magazine
article about
the Great Escape Artist or something about how he's never gotten married. So I'd say he's just I just really, can we not exploit or talk about me having a heart attack on the cusp of making love to your daughter, and can we not have a chorus of Dancing Henrys with the fake plastic bums? I can understand why he'd be embarrassed by that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, the whole story about Brian Ferry
going out with his son's girlfriend, marrying her,
if you're gonna do that, you kind of you're gonna have to reap the whirlwind here. You know what I mean? It's kind of this is if you're doing that, you have to expect this.
Yes,
it's a bit disingenuous to not expect people to be what the fuck.
Yeah. I think as well, with Harry, he's just his kind of main thing that he's concerned about is whether he lives or dies.
Yeah, he's
does she kill me off? And they're well, yeah, you die in the second act, but it gets a good laugh.
Yeah.
And I think that maybe kind of eats away at him, where he's oh, she's killed me off in her play. She's probably killed me off in her real life. She doesn't think about me.
Yeah.
Whereas he spruces himself up, goes to Paris, meets up with her.
The little purple scarf.
Oh, so nice.
Is there something about older men that they've still got it, that they're still trying, that it's still...
He's also just he's suave, suave. Yeah, suave. He's just
he'd charm you.
He doesn't his. I know this is gonna sound insane for the whole premise of the film, but age just doesn't.
It doesn't register with him.
No.
Yeah.
It's just personalities, experiences. As he says, to her at one point, "You're the funniest girl I ever had sex with," and that's things like that are gateways to him opening up a bit more and kind of getting a bit more in touch. Things like that lead him to then going through his black books and kind of resolving things for himself.
And I always go back to the line, and I'm sure I'm paraphrasing now, I'm not getting it right, but he talks about what makes you think that it's that thing of I don't think he's choosing to be with younger women.
No,
they're coming to him and all the rest of it, and he's just taking advantage, for lack of a better word, of that attention, that sort of way. Yeah. But he doesn't think too hard about it, and his brush with mortality makes him kind of reevaluate everything. So. Yeah, no, I mean, I have to say, I enjoyed it immensely watching it again.
Where does it rank for you?
In Nancy Meyer's.
Yeah.
Baby Boom is still pretty much on top.
But
Baby
if you're
Boom
to
is-
go directed, Nancy Myers directed, because she didn't direct that one.
True, that was Charles Shire. I mean, I do love It's Complicated.
Do you?
Fucking love It's Complicated. And it's primarily because, and I know it's so problematic, and I know it's so fucking whatever, but I find Alec Baldwin hilarious.
Yeah.
And there is a scene in It's Complicated that...
I know exactly the one you're... Yeah.
It's when he pulls up to the house and he buzzes...
Oh.
He buzzes down the car and he sticks his head out and he's like this. He's like jutting his head at the car. And it's just... It's so... I don't know why that scene sticks out in my head, but it fucking cracks me up.
Yeah.
And like even like just the whole thing of like... You know, afterwards, like he's like lying on the bed with his shirt open.
So
and
funny.
Do you know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
like, this is so French. And it's like, it's so funny to me. Like, it's so hilarious to me. Like,
I thought you were going to go for the one, I watched it again yesterday. The one that cracked me up with him is when all the family are having dinner together and he says that he can't stay for dinner because he has to get like olive oil or something for Agnes. And they're like, oh no, stay, like whatever. Oh no, maybe Agnes has just left him. And they're all like, oh dad, like come stay, have dinner with like me, oh, like us and mom. And Meryl Streep's like, no, like absolutely not. And then he does the like faint, like, oh please, like I'm so lonely, and like is just living his best life. They all watch a film together. They watch like The Graduate.
yeah.
And it's like this weird like family kind of tie-in. But what you wouldn't have It's Complicated without Something's Gotta Give.
No, definitely not. No, I mean, okay, right. I would say
Like it takes the same beats.
yes, it does.
To the point of where like Alec Baldwin's character has a near heart attack and they do the Viagra joke again. There's the naked scene again.
There is. I don't know why. I just find It's Complicated had more zhuzh for me. Whereas Something's Gotta Give, I felt as a comedy, I'm talking about as a pure comedic experience, It's Complicated was funnier to me.
Wow.
I just find Alec Baldwin very, very funny. Whereas Something's Gotta Give, I felt it was a romantic comedy, but the romantic part of it was more underlined. Let's say, Do you know, kind of like I still enjoyed it. Like okay, When Harry Met Sally, right? I would call that a romantic dramedy. Like there's drama and there's comedy and there are funny parts in it. Of course there is, but it's very much a romantic drama with funny parts. I would call Something's Gotta Give a romantic drama with funny parts.
Yeah.
Whereas It's Complicated, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's just straight up funny.
There's no stakes.
There's
like,
no stakes.
Yeah.
Not at all. It's very funny.
We don't even get to see the kitchen.
You do at the end.
No, you don't. It's raining. Do you remember? It's raining and they're only starting construction. And Steve Martin goes to Meryl Streep. He's like, oh, it's really good luck to start a build on a rainy day.
Is it?
Yes.
God.
So we don't even get that
You don't even get
payoff.
to see the fucking kitchen. Jesus.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I've totally forgotten about that. I haven't seen This Complicated in a while. I'm probably remembering it much better than it actually is.
Yeah. I always remember it that I'm always like, I think I like this more than I do. And then when I watch it and go to review it, it's always a 2.5 for me.
Yeah, no, that's probably, I would say now if I was to go watch it now, it
Something's
probably
Gotta
would.
Give 5 stars.
No, 7 out of 5 stars. It's not. It's not. God. Okay, right. Well, like, I mean, Something's Gotta Give would be right underneath.
Yeah. Parent Trap?
I didn't like Parent Trap.
Do you not?
Didn't like it.
I love that.
Did not like it. Did not like it. And
I
like
loved
Dennis
that.
Quaid pisses me off.
Yeah.
And I loved Doing Her Space as a kid. But I love Right Stuff as well. The Right Stuff. That's one of my favourite films. But like Dennis Quaid just fucks me off for some reason. And Lindsay Lohan as well. Like I mean, I get it. You know, she's had a life and, you know, she's trying to go through it and, you know, no, Parent Trap did nothing for me.
Really?
Nothing for me. And like, to be fair, like it wouldn't have done anything for me because like
See, that was a childhood.
I was going to say it wasn't
film.
formative. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It wasn't formative
Yeah.
at all. No.
And the twins, Hallie and Annie, Nancy Meyers' real daughters' names.
She's just putting her own.
Erica Jane Barry, Nancy Jane Myers.
See, this is it. She's just like, do you know what? Like fucking Woody Allen does it.
Yeah.
Woody Allen did it for years.
Yeah.
For fucking years. So why shouldn't she be able to do it?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm totally like, no, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Okay, Zara Hedderman. We have
Fine.
to wrap it up now.
Yes.
Because you said 3 hours. We were going to go, we could have gone 3 hours.
I could still go.
I can't. Where can we find you? What are you working on next? Anything you want to plug while we're here?
So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter and all that. I have my newsletter, The Bad Arts. So doing regular kind of weekly posts there, mostly music based, but then every month I do like a little roundup of things that I've liked, films, books.
What are you listening to at the minute?
I've been really enjoying the new Geese album.
Okay.
Which I was quite surprised by because I really didn't like that Cameron Winter solo album. Okay. Controversial. The new Kate Laban album is amazing. And what else have I been doing? A lot of Clint Eastwood films of late.
Why is that?
My partner got into watching a lot of Clint Eastwood. I kind of took a bit of a back seat.
Sure.
Made fun of him initially.
My wife does that too.
Yeah. And then
Unforgiven is her, like she finds Unforgiven hilarious.
It's incredible.
If I wanted a free one, I'd want it you. That's what she said. Every time I mention Clint Eastwood, that's her like stimming line. She goes, if I wanted a free one, I'd want it with you. It's like, you're taking it out of context. You're not getting it.
Yeah. Like, so I've been watching a lot of his films as a kind of
as a bystander.
Yeah, but also have been like got really into then like going back to the filmography. So watch Play Misty for me.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh my God.
So good.
Jessica Walter. It's incredible. If you haven't watched that film, watch that. Good. It's so good. Watched High Plains Drifter the other night.
Dark.
Incredible. Dark, yeah, extremely dark. Yeah. Extremely dark. But like,
did you see Outlaw Josie Rails?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
You love that.
Yeah, looking forward to that. But like, High Plains Drifter was his second directed film. Wild.
Nuts.
For it to be so established. But also something coming up is, as you said earlier, doing 5 Easy Pieces.
Yes.
Looking
forward to that.
October 30th in the IFI. Yeah. Come along and watch the greatest film.
I have to say, October 30th, you wouldn't have gone like Jack Nick, The Shining, nothing?
No. Because you can see that easily enough.
Fair, that's a common enough one.
Yeah, it was more of a selfish thing of like, I love this film, but I've never seen it in the cinema.
When I did the bigger picture,
yes,
I tried to get them to do Taking a Pelham 1, 2, 3, the original one, and they wouldn't do it.
Stop.
Yeah.
Eddie's annoyed about that as well.
Eddie, dude, I get it, man. I had to go to Rascal's Brewery to get that fucking screened. No, I was mad to do it. I was like, I wanted to do that, or I wanted to do Chinatown.
Amazing.
No, in fairness, fair play to them. They were lovely. They were really nice about it. They said, no, we can't get the prints, but we can get Blowout. And I was like, great, Blowout.
Incredible.
Yeah, no, that was my bigger picture.
Incredible.
Blowout, yeah.
That's
I'm delighted with it.
Film.
Delighted that I got to pick that as well.
Yeah.
And again, that's the thing. That's why I do have to say I love that bigger picture strand rather, because they are often films that do not get screened normally.
Yeah.
They just don't get screened. Like 5 Easy Pieces. I don't remember the last time that I've seen that. I don't think I've ever seen that.
I've never seen it in cinema. Yeah, and I love it. And Karen Black, and that's just
cracking choice. Well done.
Masterpiece. Yeah. So come along to that. Come to that. We can chat. Say hi. We can talk about which Jack Nicholson you would smooch.
Which one would you be willing to?
5 Easy Pieces.
That's the pinnacle.
Oh, but even him in The Shining, yeah, him in Carnal Knowledge.
Yeah,
so handsome. He's just so handsome.
Not even Chinatown, like where he's all kind of slick and kind of JJ Gittes. And
if he shows up on my screen, he's handsome.
I don't get it.
He's handsome Jack.
He's handsome Jack. He's handsome Jack. Okay, we'll leave it there. Thank you. Okay, and that was our interview with Zara Hedderman. Like I said, her Substack is called The Bad Arts. You should subscribe to that. We will be back next week. Hopefully, I can get Andy McCarroll to come on and do it. Or, I don't know, it might be another solo run. Hopefully not. I don't know. I got a lot of shit on. Hope you have a good rest of your week. Hope you're enjoying the show. Please feel free to leave a comment. Please feel free to subscribe and rate and do all that stuff. I am so shit at social media and promoting this fucking thing. You'd think I'd be better at it. I'm really not. But I'm having fun. That's the main thing. I'm having fun. I hope you're having fun too. I hope you're enjoying the show. Eddie, come on over here, buddy. Bye.